Welcome back to Streamline Investigations. It's Marvin speaking. Just a little bit of an update by the Daily Mail Australia. The reporter here is on, it's talking about missing Gus, Ashley, Nickel. And this was updated this morning, people, at 8:47. So the article goes on to say, truly despicable conspiracy theory about mysterious disappearance of Gus is slammed after 4-year-old vanished in South Australia. The article goes on to say the family of 4-year-old missing in the outback are being targeted by cruel trolls spreading conspiracy theories, with a friend demanding they stop. Gus Lamont was last seen playing in a mound of dirt near his parents' homestead on Sheep Station, 40 km south of Yuntar, last Saturday, September the 27th. Flirtiver said the tight-knit community in eastern South Australia still hopes Gus is hiding on the property. Her ancestors have lived on a station alongside the Lamonts since the late 1800s. News of Gus' disappearance prompted Mrs. Tiver to leave her home in Adelaide Hills and return to the rural area to assist in the search. Obviously, she's still got family there that she can stay with. In spite of the family's best efforts to stay hopeful, police gave up the search on Friday. The heartache has only been multiplied by an onslaught of foul conspiracy theorists falsely claiming Gus' loved ones are responsible for foul play. Wow. The family would not have harmed this child even if the world was about to come to an end, which is really has now for them, Miss Tiver told the Adelaide Advertiser. Wow, that's disgusting. That really is. There is no way they've harmed the child. I think it's unfortunate people are speculating because things like this pain in the family, but I do understand when there are so many unanswered questions, people will naturally try to fill the gaps, even if their theories are implausible and impractical. Miss Tiver said she knew the Lamont family well and described them as kind, gentle, reliable, trustworthy, and truthful. They embody everything about humans that can be good, she said. Police began searching the 60,000 acre property shortly after disappearing at about 5 p.m. on September the 27th. When he disappeared, the little boy was wearing a grey broad brimmed hat, a blue long sleeve shirt with a minion picture from the movie Despicable Me on the front, light grey pants and boots. On Thursday, York North Superintendent Mark Cyrus admitted the odds of survival were fading fast without food, water or shelter. A 4-year-old doesn't disappear into thin air. He has to be somewhere, Superintendent Cyrus said. Hopefully he's hanging in there alive, but we are now in a recovery phase, and the fact he's been gone over 100 hours and 6 days, that's a long time to be out there in the elements. And don't forget, he's small and wild animals as well. We always believe Gus is a tough little country lad. He may be curled up under a bush somewhere, and we are determined to find him. Wow. Wow, that is really sad. Police threw everything at the search for Gus, including specialist divers to check water tanks and dams, infrared cameras, dogs, ATVs and drones. But all that effort came to an end on Friday when searchers packed up their gear and left the property. Now, the only sign that remains of tragedy is a few forgotten knots of police tape tied on the station gates. We've all been hoping for a miracle. That miracle has not eventuated, Assistant Commissioner Ian Parrott said on Friday. At this point, no trace of Gus has been located. No tangible pieces of evidence, such as footprints, hats or clothing, have been located to identify any directions of travels to assist searchers. Despite our best efforts, we have not been able to locate him, and unfortunately, we are now having to scale back this search for Gus. Police do not believe a third party took Gus due to the remote nature of the homestead, which sits more than 25 km from the highways. Family friend Bill Harbison read a statement on behalf of Gus' family on Tuesday. I did read that out, and it was really, really emotional in what he was saying. But he said at this time, we kindly ask for privacy as we focus all our energies on supporting the search and the family and working closely with the police. So that's the article. So it's really, really horrible that conspiracy theories are blaming the family, that they might have done something to Gus, which is very, very sad. And that should never have been a discussion, because obviously the police are still doing their work on that. Yes, we have to look at everything, but not once have the police mentioned any foul play. But for those trolls who are going out there and saying the family have done something with no proof, that's absolutely disgusting. And we've got to let the police and authorities do their work. I'm going to move on to part two, people, some news and updates on the case. Welcome back to part two. We go to the Australian national news, basically to find more update information on missing Gus.
Turn to the remote South Australian property where a little boy vanished only hours after saying they'd halted the massive search for him.
Investigators stepped through his last known movements and collected evidence as a friend of the little boy's family made a public plea for an end to hurtful conspiracy theories about the 4-year-old's disappearance.
They'd made the heartbreaking decision to call off the search for little Gus hours before, but then last night police returned to the family's property to investigate what is now, tragically, the presumed death of the 4-year-old boy. Officers spent more than 2 hours there as the sun set over the remote mid-north location, speaking with a family member before taking photos in and around the homestead, examining the area where Gus had been playing last Saturday before he vanished. Police say all the evidence so far suggests the 4-year-old's disappearance is not suspicious. A friend of the family today speaking out against what she described as hurtful conspiracy theories about what had happened to the little boy.
Stop with the conspiracy theories. This child has not been taken. The property in theory, there's a public road. But in reality, there are 6 gates on that road out to the highway.
The team of officers at the property last night appearing to retrace and record Gus's last known movements, information that will form part of their ongoing investigation. Locals in this region saddened and baffled.
It's hard to believe that how he could just disappear in a short circumference of their farmyard, house, station. A little boy 4 years old, it's not going to, I wouldn't have thought, just got too far away.
Before it was ended, the search for Gus spanned 7 days and an area of almost 500 square kilometres, involving aircraft and teams on the ground. More than 50 people were searching every day, but they found nothing apart from one footprint. Everyone's thoughts now with the parents and family suffering a terrible loss.
It's absolutely gutting, and I can only imagine what this family is going through.
And for even the whole community around, it's a very close-knit community.
For him to disappear like that, very sad,
Josephine Shannon, 9 News.
So sad, really, really sad. It's hard to sort of understand where he would gone. Obviously, the grandparents would have trusted him to play outside, that he's not going to go too far. And you've got to wonder, did someone or lure him away out of that area? Did something catch the little boy's attention where he went further off? It's very, very difficult to find out what happened to him and why would he venture off. Did he venture off with maybe an older child? We don't know, but like I said, we've just got to check with the police and the searchers whether there's CCTV cameras in the area. I'm sure there are. I'm sure the police will find something, because he's 4. How far is he going to get? It just makes you wonder. It really, really does, why they haven't found him yet. I think this is what people are worried about, and thinking that he could have been lured away. Let's hope not. And I don't think it's got anything to do with the family at the moment. yeah, I know in cases you have to be open-minded and you can't write off anything at this moment. But like I said, the family are obviously devastated, and obviously the neighbour had come out and said, look, there's conspiracy theories of people saying that they've killed him or done something to him. It's bang out of order at the moment, because that's the last thing you need. Don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Investigations, people, and my first channel, Streamline Entertainment. Thank you very much indeed. Take care. Bye. Let me know what your thoughts, or if there's any other information that I haven't covered about this case, let me know any updates, but I'll keep looking into this and maybe put something up a bit later. Thank you.